Actually, I regret for the inconvenience students are joining now since they have attended PM's inauguration
No, no problem.
regarding the National Technology Day,
Yeah, no,
Professor.
no problem. No problem.
Let us start officially, Professor.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Good morning to everyone. Let me start this session with this positive quote. All you need is the plan, the roadmap, and the courage to press on to your destination. It's my great pleasure to welcome our today's chief guest, Dr. Pushpender Kumar, on behalf of Builder Engineering College and Department of AA and my own behalf. I am delighted to introduce Dr. Pushpender Kumar. Presently, he is working as a professor of marketing and research methodology at Kirorimal College, University of Delhi. And professor has more than 2 decades of experience in teaching and research. He did his PhD from Faculty of Management Studies, University of Delhi, and postdoctorate from Alliant International University, USA, under Raman Fellowship. He is recipient of DAAD Fellowship from German. He is alumni of IIM Ahmedabad. Recently, one of his papers got published in Harvard Business School. He is a visiting faculty and scholar of Ball State University, USA, and Ion University, France. Today, we are celebrating National Technology Day due to the advance and advancement in science and technology. Has changed lens to curved television from radio so that we are getting clarity screens in the television right now. Professor will give you more insights about India's key scientific and technological milestone. You can explore yourself. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you.
Professor, now forum is open for you.
Yeah, I hope I am audible to all. Dr. Kavita, thank you.
Yes, Professor.
Thank you very much for lovely words. And good morning, everyone from New Delhi, capital of India, to capital of Tamil Nadu. Good morning, everyone. And here I'm Dr. Pushpender Kumar, and Kavita has already introduced me. And I can see a classroom, and I hope this classroom is classroom belong to Department of MBA. And here together we are celebrating a wonderful day of our life, and the day is National Technology Day. So happy National Technology Day to all of you. Good morning, welcome, and thank you all for giving me this nice opportunity to speak on a special day. This is a very special day, very, very special day, because today we are trying to remember, trying to give some kind of tribute to our scientist. And you all aware of that long time back, our Prime Minister Morarji Desai, and after that Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, he had given one slogan, and the slogan was Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, right? But after that, our Prime Minister, he had given another slogan that was Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan. So because of science, because of Vigyan, we can touch everybody life. We can make our life easy, more comfortable, more and more comfortable. So when you see a science, science has got two perspective, or the technology has got two perspective. One is it gave you add on, it gave you an extension to something. For example, I'm using this microphone. You are sitting at Chennai, you are listening to me. So it's a one part of technology, it's a one part of science, giving me some value addition, giving me some addition to interact with all of you. And I can see a lot of students from home they are joining us, a lot of students from classroom they have joined us. So thank you very much. It's not a one perspective of a science where we get comfort, where we get convenience, and where we get extension to different instrument which we use time to time. But there are some negative points also, because when we think of science, because of science, we have been addicted to laptop, to internet, to mobile phone. And because of that, believe me, it's gonna harm all of us. So if it is an addiction, we need to take care of it. If it is a part of life and secondly giving you some value addition, it's good for all of us. Before I move further, let me share my screen and let me see student in the classroom. They are not visible now. Earlier they were visible. I hope raise your hand, everybody. Your right hand, let me see where are you in the class. Then we will move further. Let me see your class. Right now it's not visible. Earlier your class was visible. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us, and let me share my screen. Dr. Kavita, is this screen visible to you or to the students?
Yes, Professor. Yes, yes, Professor.
Okay, thank you very much. So here you can see,
Thank you, sir.
today, on this special occasion, we have selected a wonderful topic to speak, that is India's key scientific and technological milestones. Because I'm talking to students, those who are in MBA program, so I will give you a perspective of management also, because I did my MBA long time back, but I have been teaching MBA classes, especially executive classes in Delhi University, and plus I'm teaching research methodology and marketing to PhD students. So I hope I will be able to justify with key examples, with key scientific and technological milestones. I hope you will be listening carefully, and please, it would be a kind of inspiration for all of you, because when you think of student from MBA, they have big aspirations, big aspirations. Now, aspirations could be big. When I was a student like you, in during an interview, they asked how much salary you expect. So at that time, in 1990 onwards, I said that five-figure salary. So that was my aspirations. That five-figure salary at that time was quite big, 10,000 plus. But now it is not 10,000, but six figure, more than 1 lakh is your aspirations. And it's not on money only. You are looking for other perks, you are looking for other facility also. So maybe after 10 years of your professional life, you would like to reach at a such stage which we call a Maslow's need hierarchy, where you have physiological needs, security needs, social needs, security needs, then self-esteem, and finally a self-actualization. In our country, when we talk about Indians, when we talk about Indian culture, Indian religion, we are not satisfied with physiological, social, or security. Rather, we move one step ahead and we talk about self esteem. Lot of among us, we are not happy with the self esteem. We are moving away and we want to go one step further. We want to see ourselves at self actualization stage. So, what is this self actualization stage, especially for MBA student? We'll talk about that. But before that, let us celebrate together National Technology Day. What is this National Technology Day? This is a kind of celebration to pay regards to our scientists. And what is the reasons? Here are the reasons. I hope it's visible to all of you. Today, on National Technology Day, we express gratitude to our brilliant scientists and their efforts that led to the successful Pokhran test in 1998. So, we are celebrating 25 years of our Pokhran test. And it's a kind of tribute. Today, we are giving a special kind of tribute to India's scientists and their efforts behind the successful nuclear test in 1998 on the occasion of National Technology Day. And I remember at that time, Prime Minister Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he said that we will not misuse, but we want to use it for our defense, right? So we are not going to use it any for any purpose as such. But it would be good that if any country wants to fight with us, we should have some safety measurement, we should have some safety instrument. So India conducted Pokhran second test, a series of 5 nuclear explosions in May 1998 at the Indian Army Pokhran test range in Rajasthan. National Technology Day is observed every year on May 11 as a National Technology Day. So my dear student, it's a proud moment for all of us to pay our gratitude, and we should thanks to our scientists, especially on this occasion, and we are remembering our scientists. And this day is observed to mark the successful nuclear test in Pokhran, as I mentioned. So every year, a new theme is declared to celebrate the National Technology Day. I'm not sure whether you are aware of this year theme. So this year theme is, the theme has been decided as integrated approach in science and technology for suitable future. So what would be your role? What would be our role from management when we talk about sustainable future? Sustainable future is something which actually help us to contribute for future generation. Generally, when we think of environment, when we think of surrounding area, when we see a nature, nature is giving us everything, and we all are consumer. We all consume the things available to us. Is it that we should consume everything today? What about our future generation? So we should use our resources in a certain manner, in such a manner that our future generation will be able to use these resources. So it's not only a consumption of resources, but the contribution towards the society, towards the environment, towards the nature is our responsibility. So I have a lot of example when we talk about sustainability. Think of USA. I'm giving you a very small example. In USA, when you come to primary education, I remember my son was in primary education in USA. So I was reading his one book. In one chapter, they have mentioned the trash bin or a dustbin at a home. So in USA, they mentioned that in USA they have three kinds of trash bin, and they were looking forward towards Sweden because in Sweden they had at that time five kinds of trash bin. Okay, so see what they do with this trash bin. Whatever garbage come from household, they segregate it into different part. So government or the local bodies, local authority, they are not supposed to segregate it. This is your and my responsibility as an individual, as a citizen, to take care of garbage so that we can, at our home segregate it, and further the local authority will collect it and will utilize it for sustainable purpose. So it's not only USA, they are looking forwards towards Sweden because in Sweden, every household got, it's a minimum requirement, they should have five trash bin. So it's a story about sustainability in USA. Think of India. In India, there is a small place in Chhattisgarh, and the small town, it's very, very small, 10-kilometer range, small city, small town. Uh, Approximately 7 8 years back, one IS officer, district magistrate, she arrived and she was very much worried. She was unhappy because she observed that for last 25 years, all garbage which comes from nearby city, it has been dumped in Ambikapur. So she was a DM of Ambikapur, very, very small town in Chhattisgarh. And she was very upset what to do because she's observed a kind of small mountains made of garbage. If you get a chance to visit Delhi, in Delhi border area, you will see a big, big mountains made of garbage. Right? I'm not sure about your city. I've been to Chennai many times. I visited by your metro also. I've been to University of Madras and Annamalai University, Chidambaram. I love your city. I love your people. More than that, I love your food, especially a filter coffee. So come back to example in Ambekapur, DM, she decided to clean the city. And what she did, she started with 100 women and they made a kind of self-help group and start cleaning the city. And what they did first, they distributed two dustbin each and every home. And every day when they collect this garbage, what they do, they segregate into two parts, wet and dry. And when they collect it, what they did, they made a botanical garden, beautiful botanical garden, and they have been earning millions of dollars out of garbage. No waste. Out of waste, best use of the garbage or the resources. So this has become, and constantly for 7 years, this city is receiving best award, best cleanness award in India. So when a small city like Ambikapur can do this magic, what about you and me? So let us celebrate this National Technology Day, that whatever garbage, whatever dust we create, we will make it more sustainable. So let us move further. I hope things are clear to all of you. Kavita ji, I hope I am connected to you because I'm not able to see you.
Yes, yes, Professor.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm here.
And my voice is clear because
Thank you.
accent may be different in
Very,
your.
very clear, Professor.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Very clear.
thank you, thank you. So on this special day, as we have been talking about National Technology Day, India has a rich history of scientific and technological achievements, with several key milestones that have helped shape the country's development. My dear students, my dear friends, teachers, here are some of the most notable scientific and technological achievements in India's history. So I will quickly go through, then we'll come to our main topic. First, milestone was Aryabhat contribution. In the 5th century, Aryabhat, an Indian mathematician and astronomer, made significant contribution to the field of algebra and trigonometry. He also proposed the idea that the earth rotates on its axis and orbit the sun. Second contribution, you all aware of Indian mathematics. India has a long tradition of mathematical innovation with important contribution to algebra, geometry, and arithmetic. One of the most notable mathematicians in Indian history is Srinivas Ramanujan, who made significant contribution to number theory and other area of mathematics. One more milestone to Indian science innovation, Indian space program. India's space program has achieved several important milestones, including the launch of country's first satellite in 1975 and the successful Mars orbiter mission in 2014. The Indian Space Research Organization, you all aware of ISRO, has also developed important technologies such as satellite-based navigation system and reusable launch vehicle. And the most important, since we got independence, was the Green Revolution. In 1960s, India underwent a green revolution that saw significant improvement in agriculture productivity. This was achieved through the development and adoption of high yield crop varieties, improved irrigation and fertilizer technique, and other innovation. After Green Revolution, we all have observed, especially in your city, in Chennai, IT industry. India's IT industry has experienced a rapid growth since the 90s, with the countries becoming a global hub for software development and IT services. Companies such as TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, Infosys, and Wipro have become major player in the global IT market. Last but not the least, nuclear energy. India is one of the most few country in the world that has developed nuclear weapon and nuclear power capabilities. The country's first nuclear reactor became operational in 1969, and India has since developed a robust, clear nuclear energy industry. So these were few scientific milestones are about to nuclear energy. When we talk about business, when we talk about commerce, when we talk about management, business administration, how we are connected with the technology? Is it Google? Is it Google Scholar? Is it Google Classroom? Is it social media platform or chat GPT? Whether these different platform helping us to get some confidence in terms of innovation, creativity. Because when we talk about MBA, it's all about creativity, innovation, confidence, and your presentation. And the most important is decision making. That's why here you can see a few questions I have jotted down for all of you. When we talk about science and MBA, science and business administration, we have these questions and we are going to discuss it further. What could be these ideas of startup and entrepreneurship, taking into consideration the science and technology for MBA students, scholars, and teachers by using science and technology? Should we talk about, when we talk about MBA, a lot of people talk about out of box thinking. What is this out of box thinking? Should we go before out of box thinking into inside box? That we will talk about. What new models of business management and leadership would be needed to utilize science and technology in business? So these few concepts, few questions we're gonna discuss. But before that, let me come back to you, my dear friends, because this was about whatever we have discussed in last 20 minutes. It was about National Technology Day. It was about science achievements, innovation in India, scientific innovation, technology innovation. But how it gonna help us to MBA students, especially to business administration, because me myself also belong to business administration. So friends, thank you very much for joining us. I am delighted to be with participants of Department of MBA celebrating this very, very important day, National Technology Day at Builders Engineering College, Tamil Nadu. My greetings to all academicians, researchers, and students present here. This is a time for reflecting on the past and planning for future and rightly selected the topic for the National Technology Day. Friends, I had many discussions with students and youth from across the nation about the development pillar of India for an technologically and scientifically developed nation by 2030, and highlights how we need creativity, innovation, innovative leadership to realize such a vision. I have had many fascinating discussion, ideas, and action plan. Today, I'm going to discuss with all of you an important aspect of 21st century economic, scientific, and technology growth, which is the empowerment and inclusion of the needy population in sustainable manner. So these questions comes in my mind when we think of business. So let us see what are the possible answers, what are the possible solution when we think of MBA students. Are we looking for some good package? Are we looking for some good package? What is our aspirations? You want to join big MNCs? You want to join multinational company, government organization? What is your aspirations? Our aspirations, believe me, are very, very high, right? But what was the main purpose of MBA when government of India they thought of MBA program? the idea was not as such to create or inculcate some skills among student, and they will be having aspirations to look forward for jobs, look forward for good package. Rather, the objective was something else. And the objective was, believe me, has been uh, quoted, unquoted from one quotation of Mahatma Gandhi. He once said that I am not against of mass production. I'm not against of mass production, but I wish production must be by masses. So who is this masses? The student, business students, those who are in business classes, master classes, bachelor degree classes, and they are studying business administration. So my dear friend, this is our responsibility to understand this phrase by Mahatma Gandhi, that it's okay if multinational company they have been producing goods and services, but it would be much better if we all contribute and produce together, and that would be possible through startup, through inculcating skills among MBA students, so that they can think of their own venture, they can think of their own entrepreneurship activity, they can think of their own startup. So let's come back. What is your aspirations? Aspirations, believe me, are very high. But the problem is, who is inspiring you? So think of Arjuna in Mahabharat, Bhagavad Gita. Arjun, he was having a lot of dilemma to fight with the enemy or not. And who was in the team of enemy? His own friends, his own relative. So he was in dilemma what to do. But he got inspiration from Shri Krishna. And Krishna told him that don't worry, this is your dharma, this is your dharma. You have to perform. No matter who is there in front of you, you have to perform. So same thing here for MBA student. You need to understand that your aspirations could be very high, but someone you need to find out who will really inspire you. So Arjuna, he got inspiration from Shri Krishna, and he did his job. On the other hand, I still remember another story of Shri Shivaji Maharaj from Pune, Maharashtra. Shivaji ji Maharaj, when he was very young, he told his Nanaji, his grandparents, that I want to become like Arjun, but there is a problem. So his grandparents asked, what is the problem? He told them that I would like to become Arjuna, but Shri Krishna, who inspired Arjun, he is missing. He is not there. So how I can become Arjun? So this was a big dilemma. So grandparents told Shri Shivaji Ji Maharaj in Pune that if you have capability, if you have ability, if you have confidence, and if you don't give up, believe me, Shri Krishna will come in your life. And this happened because there was another inspiration in our history, in our culture, in our religious books. I am talking about uh, another teacher. I hope you know Chanakya. Chanakya was a person who selected his student, and who was the student? Chandragupta Maurya. So it's not always necessary that you will find your own inspiration. Sometimes inspiration comes to you if you have that creativity, if you have that vision, if you have that confidence, if you have that ability, and if you don't give up. So I request MBA student, please use your skills, use your time, don't waste your time, right? Think of learning, think of creativity, find out right inspiration, find out right motivation, and with you, you have lot of facilities, you have a lot of add-on like technology and science. So I request, who would you be? Who would you like to be? Job provider or job seekers? So I request you, if you have ability, if you are good, you are intelligent person, undoubtedly, that's why you are in MBA program, you have your inspirations, you have your aspirations, so become a job provider, not the job seekers. So let's move further. What is important for all of us, especially for MBA? Just think, because you are a decision maker. In future, you will be working with different organization, and you supposed to take decisions. What decisions? What do you feel? What is important for all of us? Infrastructure, roads, electricity, running water. Yeah, these all are important, but more than that, educated minds. So if we educate all, the crisis would be less in case of natural calamity, right? Amartya Sen, he had given a theory, economics Nobel laureate. He had given a theory. Suppose you have two countries and both the country got similar resources, similar people, everything is same, except one, that country A, everybody is educated and literate. Country B, people are not educated and literate. They are illiterate. So in case of natural calamity, which country people will be able to survive? It's very obvious, country A, where people would be more highly educated and literate, because they know how to live a quality life, how to survive. That would be something they know. So what we need, educated mind. But what is the problem? We all are facing one problem. So it's not a COVID-19 which hit 3 years back. That was the big crisis. The big crisis was a learning crisis. Just think of schools and colleges. A lot of students, they come to schools across whole world. There was a research. So research says student come to school, but there is a problem. They say that actually learning is not taking place in the classroom. This is a problem. So is it a COVID-19 a big crisis, or classroom learning is a crisis? So it's actually not an educational crisis. Just think of, less than 1% of these school students select their career in entrepreneurship. So 99% they are job seekers. What I'm looking for among you, those who are 1%, they can think of providing a job. The reason is, we live in a pressure cooker. Our parents, they put a lot of pressure on us that you have to perform, and you complete your MBA and go for a good package. So we have created a such kind of atmosphere around us, and it's all about mindset. So I request you to think twice before you go for a job. The problem with all of us is this CASH. We all love, we all admire, we all wish we should have this much, too much cash. So we all run after CASH, right? But on the other hand, KASH. I give you a clue what is K. CASH will run after you, believe me, if you know KASH. What is KASH? Let me come back to you and see what is, where are you, and let me see what is KASH for you. In classroom, please raise your hand if you know, or please put in chat box what is the full form of KASH. I give you a clue. K means knowledge. Now you can move further. Put remarks in chat box, those who are present. In chat box you can write. I'm not able to see the classroom. If someone is interested, they can speak. Is there anyone in classroom and can speak out? What is the full form of KASH? And the main motto of MBA program, the main objective of MBA program is not CASH but KASH. You can raise your hand if you wish. Let me see where is the classroom. I'm not able to see classroom. This is one problem. Or I request someone to speak and give remarks in chat box. Kavita ji, can I get some response from student in the classroom?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, wait for some times. Actually, I am in the department. Students are there in the
I can see the
classroom.
classroom.
I'll ask them. Yes, sir. I'll ask them to express their views, sir.
So speak
Thank you,
out in
sir.
classroom what is KASH. I can see madam also and students sitting behind.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
good morning, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
KASH full form under knowledge, attitude, skill, habits.
Thank you very much. Please put your hand together for student. Thank you very much. So this is the main objective. This is the main objective of MBA program, that we need to inculcate skills among student. But before that, but before that, we need to inculcate or give knowledge to students. Knowledge plus skills, it give you attitude. And if you make it a habit of your life, believe me, CASH will run after you. So this is our responsibility as a teacher, as a professor, to create a such kind of classroom where student can think of CASH, but beside that they can think of KASH also. I have an example, but I know we have a limited time, so I'm not quoting this example. What is the example of skills, what is the example of attitude, and what is the example of habit? So I remember when I was in IIM Ahmedabad, I was standing in front of railway station, and I was thinking, because I had enough time, so I was thinking, let me explore first the railway station, then I will go to IIM Ahmedabad. After 5 minutes, one auto driver came and he said, "Sir, where you would like to go?" I said, "I would like to go to IIM Ahmedabad." He said, "Sir, okay, I will drop you there, will charge 70 rupees." And he said he will charge 70 rupees. So as usual, in India, we have a habit of bargaining. So I said, no, 70 rupees, I will pay you 50 rupees. So my reply was 50 rupees. So he said, okay, sir, you pay 50 rupees if you are not happy with my services. If you like my services, then pay 70 rupees. So I was scratching my head. How come a auto driver can, say like this, can tell me like this? So this was what? Attitude. He got an attitude. So what should I do? So I thought that I will pay only 50 rupees. So he started his auto, and immediately when we start moving, he told me, sir, right side it's a market, next it's a river, next it's a food street. So for next 10 kilometer he explained me everything about the city, and finally we reached to IIM Ahmedabad. There he said, sir, which program are you going to attend? So I told him this is a 4-month program on research. He said, sir, let me collect your key. He went to a reception, collected my key, and dropped me to the my dorms, to my accommodation. Opened my lock, put my all luggage, and then he said, sir, are you happy with my services? So I'm not sure how much I should pay. So it was not a 70 rupees, rather I paid him 100 rupees. This was, the reason was, he got a knowledge not of how to drive a auto, but he had a good knowledge of the city. And what he did, he converted that knowledge into skills like a storytelling. It was a kind of storytelling for me, because it was the first time I visited IIM Ahmedabad. And this was his attitude, that you pay me 50 rupees. If you are not happy with my services, if you feel good, pay me 70 rupees. This is what a habit, attitude. So when knowledge, skills, and attitude become your habit, believe me, cash will run after you. And MBA classroom, MBA program are made for this KASH through case study. So teacher, when we talk about teacher in MBA program, they are the facilitators, help to remove barriers which comes in learning. Okay, we have a big problem in India when we think of classroom, when we think of schools. As I mentioned, learning does not take place in classroom. So we need to make our classroom a learning hub, learning place. I hope you remember this person who visited long time back in 1835 India to find out what kind of challenges, what kind of problem we have in India so that they can rule. So I'm talking about member of parliament at that time in Britain, and he visited across whole India and submitted a report, and he spoke about India in parliament, and this I can quote and unquote. I have traveled across the length and breadth of India, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in the country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I don't think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace our old ancient education system. So, believe me, when we think of Nalanda, when we think of these big universities, when across the whole world scholar they used to come to India for study, that kind of education system we had. But unfortunately British, they had brought modern education system, and we all are victim of that. Why we are victim? Because here next you can see this picture. Who are the participants? Participants from different background, different mind, different size. And the problem is, for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. So what they need to supposed to do? Please climb the tree. This was a system. And here, think of a fish. What is our education system? Here, everybody is a genius by birth. Believe me, we got our own capability. We all are genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So we have skills, but orientation is different, ability is different. So we need to understand the problem long time back in 1969. Parents, they used to ask student why you are not able to perform better. But today they ask teachers. So now you can understand over the period of time how this education system has evolved. So real system here you see students, scholars, they are entering into education system. What we are looking for? Creativity. Here you can see creativity, discipline, and intelligence. But where is creativity, discipline, and intelligence? Rather, student come in and go out with the degree without these all intelligence, discipline, and creativity. So ultimately, what we are looking for skills and learning and intelligence. Somewhere this is missing. So think of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He said, I quote unquote, learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking leads to knowledge, and knowledge make you great. I believe all these students sitting here in the classroom attending this program, they want to get what? They want to become wise, not smart. They want to get wisdom, and they want to become great. But great they can become when first they need to learn, think about creativity, think about knowledge, think about thinking. And very important, but something which is somewhere a truth, he mentioned in many lectures, some of the brightest mind in the country can be found on the last benches of the classroom. So who you are, right? I always talk about marks, 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 and marks. Fight with the teacher for 1 marks, or who you are. Think about ability, think about skills, think about knowledge, think about performance, and you don't believe in securing good grades and good marks. As I mentioned, especially for MBA student, this is a special quotation for all of you because you belong to business administration group. You can see here Mahatma Gandhi ji mentioned, I'm not against of mass production, but I want production by masses. So I request you all think about it. How you can think about it? Let me quote one example. This is a one example of Indian student who was studying in IIT Kanpur. After completing his BTech, he went back to Hyderabad, and there was a 2 month time to join his organization. So he got placed in one MNC, but before joining that MNC in Hyderabad itself, he had 2 months time. So after study, when you are at home, you are actually a victim. Why? Because your parents, they ask you to perform a lot of work, right? They don't allow you to sleep, they don't allow you to eat much, but rather they have a lot of expectation from you. So one fine day, his mother asked him to go to market and bring some vegetable and fruits. So he went to bring some fresh fruits and vegetable, but when he came back, the vegetable and fruits was not so fresh, but it was too much costly. So his mother was very upset that you have completed his your bachelor degree BTech from IIT Kanpur, but you don't know how to buy fruits and vegetable. Now he was upset, but when you are upset, you get a chance to explore something, believe me. So he thought of the mechanism of what is the mechanism of this buying and selling of fruits and vegetable. So when you think of fruits and vegetable, think of sabji mandi or local bhaji mandi or local vegetable fruit market. Fruit market, vegetable market, at what point of time it work? It work during night time, because during night time trucks, they are allowed to enter into the city. So think of Chennai, during daytime you get fresh fruits and vegetable from retailers nearby your shop, nearby your home. But about vegetable and fruit market, it works, wholesale market works in night time. So he observed and he was very upset because farmers, they get less money and they produce fruits and vegetable. And the total time takes 18 hours from farmers to retailers. It's a logistics, and logistic time was 18 hours. So what he did, he brought a change into it and created a company called ninjacard.com. And what he did a magic. But before that, it took him 3 months to understand the whole mechanism of this business. Every night, he used to visit a local fruits and vegetable market to understand the mechanism, how business take place. And finally, he created this software. He created this company, the company called ninjacart.com. From 18-hour logistics time, he reduced it up to 8 hours. And the good thing was no middleman in between, right? Only a ninja card. So they procure fruits and vegetable from farmers. Immediately, digitally, they make a payment to farmers. Farmers are happy, right? Within 5 to 6 hours, fruits and vegetable comes to retailers. Retailers are happy because fruits and vegetables are fresh. So when you sell fresh, you get premium. And what about customer consumer? They get fresh fruits and vegetable at low price. So who can make this magic with the help of technology? So it's all about science and technology. Think of a pain, think of a problem, right? So this was a unique solution. So Walmart, they invested in ninjacard.com So when you come ever to Bangalore, you will see a lot of cart and the brand would be Ninja Cart. So can you think of this kind of a solution with the help of science and technology? So it's not a big thing, but you need to see some issue, some problem locally, and then you can create this kind of value chain for the customer, for the retailers, for the farmers. So it's a win-win situation for all. But what we did, we saw a problem, used the technology, and contributed to the society, to the environment. Because here, how we protected environment, earlier the wastage was very high. Now wastage has come up to 5%. Earlier it was a 40 to 50%. So it's not a one way which you offer a solution, but it's an excellent way of creating a solution. How to create these skills? We have a parable. You can see a parable. There was once a handsome prince named Aram. He loved to go out hunting with his friends. One summer day, they came to a village. Prince Aram saw a girl fetching water from a well. The prince and friends were thirsty and demanded a water to drink. The girl poured water on cloth. Please wipe your faces first, the girl said. Then she poured water in a cup for them. If you drink too quickly, it can make you sick, she replied. Aram decided to marry her and proposed her. The girl named Annie. She laughed. I don't know anything about you. What do you do? Aram replied, nothing, I am a prince. So you all are prince and princess sitting in the classroom, right? We have lot of expectation from life, lot of aspirations. We got inspirations to believe me, but the problem is Annie said, I will marry to a man who has some skills to work. So think about you, prince and princess in the classroom. You have a knowledge. Do you have a skills? Aram returned to his palace, and decided to learn some skills. He learned how to weave carpet threaded with gold, right? And finally, Prince worked hard and learned all he could. He went back to Annie's village with beautiful carpet. Then Annie married Prince Arm. So think about this small story, my dear student, my dear friends. You have good knowledge. Unfortunately, skills are missing. So maybe you will miss an opportunity if you don't learn how to learn a skills. So get skills first. And beside that, when we think of startups like Ninja Cart, find out pain point in your life. We had a pain point. Think of antimsanskar.com. What is this Antim Sanskar? In Canada and America, lot of people they are in pain. Why? Especially Indians, those who live in Canada and America, they are in huge pain. The pain was because after death, what happened in our culture? We burn dead body, we put in a fire and keep that ashes for what? That one fine day we will go to Banaras, we will go back to India, right? And put this ashes into holy Ganga river water or at Banaras or in some other river in India. Think of people, especially Indians, those who are in Canada and America, they are not able to bring the ashes of their loved ones, dear ones, because it's a costly affair. $3,000 they need to come to India. So for 5-10 years, ashes are there in the utensils lying at the home and waiting for Antim Sanskar that one fine day the ashes will come to India. So there is a big pain of people, those who are in America and Canada. They are not able to bring the ashes of their nearer and dearer because it's a costly affair. So one boy in India, he came with an idea. It's a kind of startup. The startup was that if you can't come here, you send your ashes your parents or your relatives' ashes by FedEx. FedEx courier company, you all aware of. So FedEx will deliver it to us. Your relative can come and we will perform all final rituals at Haridwar, Rishikesh, Banaras, or somewhere as per your requirement, as per your need. And the cost would be only $300 instead of $3,000, right? And whatever rituals we are performing, we will show you through YouTube. So this was something that a lot of people, those who are in Canada and USA, they start sending their, I mean, the ashes which was lying there in their home for many, many years and waiting for final rituals. So it was a big pain in the among the people, those who are in USA. So my dear student, I request you to find out some pain in your life, in life of your parents, in life of your family, in life of your surrounding area. If you can find out some solution, this pain will become kind of objective or a kind of motivation for all of us to think of startup. It's not only one of my student, rather two of my student, they start working in multinational company in Gurgaon. After 1 year they quit the job because they were very disappointed. Every day same people, same metro train, every routine work, so they were very unhappy. So one of my student, after quitting the job, he went for haircut. When you come to a salon, right, you observe a pain over there also. Pain for whom? Pain for children, children of children age of 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, those who belong to age group of 1 to 8 years, these kids, if you ask them to get hair cut, they will cry like anything, right? So it's not easy to get their hair cut. So my student, he observed this, that this is a unique opportunity. Whose pain is it? Parents' pain, because whenever they bring their children, young children to salon, it would be very difficult to get their hair cut. So one of my student, what he did, he started a venture called Nati Nino, special haircut salon for young kids, for children. Another student, what he did, he started a furniture on rent.com, because when you come to Hyderabad, Chennai, you get home on rent, right? What about furniture, couch, sofa set, bed? You buy it, and after 6 months, you get transfer. So what do? You need to dump that furniture. So what he did, he started a venture called furnitureonrent.com, like home, you get home on rent. Similarly, you can get furniture on rent. So this is something you keep observing in the society. You keep observing around surrounding area, that what kind of problem, what kind of challenges, what kind of problems are there, and you convert that problem into opportunity. So MBA student, they have this special unique skill, that whenever they see any problem, they convert that into a opportunity. So as I have seen that the last benches student, uh, they are different. So MIT, Stanford, and Harvard, they started a venture, very unique venture, and the venture was that they started a special course for those who either drop out or failed in their study, and the program name was Failing Well. And the objective was, they observed that those who fail or drop out, they got a special skills, right? They were in trouble, they were in problem, but whenever you are in trouble and problem, it gave you a kind of motivation. It helped you because you never ever give up. So MIT, Stanford, and Harvard, they started a venture called Failing Well. When you fail, I mean, it is good for you. because it boosts your morale after some time. It's a first stage of success when you fail. So these organizations, they have started this special venture called Failing Well Special Certificate Course. And what is the eligibility? Eligibility is either you fail or drop out from college or university or schools. So it's a good opportunity at MIT, Stanford, and Harvard that they can think of this special program they can join if you fail. So don't give up, don't feel bad if you're not able to secure good grades and good marks, but you have something special, and that is maybe you are more risk oriented person, right? When you fail, it hurt you, believe me, it hurt you, but it inspire you more. So think about it. So now comes to a teacher. Teacher also have lot of opportunity when it's a startup for them also. Like I got my own startup. I have my own e-channel. So I use all resources in education, learning, and teaching where I contribute to. So I develop, design my own content. So e-resources, online platform, e-content, Moodle. These are different platform. You can see. I'm not going to explain it because it's for teacher. So think of MBA, it's about marketing, it's about finance, it's about 4 Ps. So when we talk about marketing, it's Coca-Cola and Pepsi. When we talk about marketing, it's eBay. Competitor is half.com. I'm not going to explain them because I know it's more than 1 hour now. And then when you talk about finance, let me explain this. If Kavita ji, we have 5 more minutes to speak. Kavita ji, can I get 5 more minutes to speak?
Hello, Professor.
Yeah, yeah. Can I get 5 more minutes to speak?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
Professor.
okay, okay, okay. Thank you. So here,
Please carry on.
thank you, thank you. Here you see head shave razor in USA. This is a very, very unique case. In 1970, a lot of people they were committing suicide in USA. The reason was they were in depression. The depression reason was that a lot of people they were losing their hair. They were losing their head hair, and that was the reason that when you start losing your hair, you fall in depression. So this was the unique case. A lot of people they were suicide committing suicide in USA. So at that time, two students from one university they recognized this big pain, big problem in USA, and they came with an idea that why not clean head, clean shave head, huh? So they started this campaign, but the problem was there was no special razor because whatever razor you use on your face, you cannot use on head because the terrain, the head is different. If you use the same razor, you will get lot of wounds, lot of cut on your hair, head. So this was a main issue. So these two students, those who are studying in one college, they took it as an opportunity and created a special razor for head. But the problem was when you use the razor on head, it will not work. So what was the solution? The solution was this. They observed that when car move and you are in the car and whenever there is a bumps, huh, car has got shockers. So whatever shocks come, the shocker absorb that. So you don't hurt, you don't get hurt. So they got an idea. They approach Audi car company. Sir, you make suspension system for your car. Can you make a suspension system for Razor? So car company, they thought it's a stupid. Two stupid students are here. How come we can make a suspension system for a Razor? And the purpose was the razor they will use on head to clean shave the head. So after some time, these two students they convinced the Audi company, and Audi company made a special kind of suspension system for razor. Now this razor you can fit in your finger and clean shave your head, and within 1 or 2 years this became very famous in USA. People were not unhappy when they lose their hair. Start what they did, they start shaving their head. And when you clean shave your head, what happens? It's a shining bright head. You get your confidence back. So this was something that pain of a society, pain of a community in USA who took care of that to student. So story was not about clean shave or clean head or suicide, but the problem was how to get money, who will finance it. So when they made this two rager, they were selling it at beach, and they were not aware of that how to commercialize it. For commercialization, they needed at that time a huge money. So every evening, every day in the evening, they used to sell few razor at a beach in Los Angeles. One fine day in the evening, he observed one gentleman came, and he observed it's a good idea, and he was a big businessman. What he did, he donated his whole money, and he said it's a social kind of pain you are taking away. It's a social contribution you are making. So he contributed his whole money, and we call it first kind of crowdfunding in the history of startup, in the history of finance, in the history of business. So think of what kind of pain you are taking, one kind of solution you are offering. If it is a offer pain solution for a society, believe me, people will help you. So let's come back to 4 P's you all aware of in marketing. Harvard Business School, they have given a substitute of 4 P's, and we call it SAVE. So instead of product, it's a solution. Instead of price, it's a value. Instead of distribution, it's a accessibility. Instead of promotion, it's a education. So, time to time, we need to redefine the concept. In what context are we talking about? So, I urge all marketing, finance, HRM student, please think about it and contribute the society, come out with some solution, and that will really help you. Now, come back to our main topic we have been talking about. As a young student, what we can take from this innovation which is currently going on in India. And here you can see India's youth power is making new records in innovation. I urge you, I request you, think of innovation. Can you think of an innovation and create kind of innovation? Think about this. More than 75 lakh students connected with more than 10 lakh Atal tinkering lab across country. So you can be a part of that. Between 2015 and 2022, India built the world fastest growing startup ecosystem with over 115 unicorns and 97,000 startups in last 9 years. So I urge you, think about it, and may not be a big unicorn, but you can think about a startup, right? Record 50% increase in patent registration in last 8 years. So this is because of science, this is because of technology. So we all, you know, give our greetings to our scientists, and we all are scientists, believe me, because we may not be a scientist in pure science, but we can be contributing somewhere in social science. So we all are scientists. Prime Minister Research Fellowship, fostering high quality research and innovation by attracting the best talent in the country. Amount more than rupees 50 lakh in the form of fellowship and research has been granted. So please use this kind of grant in future. And when we talk about technology, what is the role of technology? You all aware of different countries across the whole world, they are looking towards India, how India with 1.4 billion population can survive with one card, and we know the card name is Aadhaar card. So other countries, they are looking for similar technology in their own nation too. So technology, it's really make our life easy. Services like Aadhaar based services, DigiLocker, DigiYatra, Fast Tags are making life easier. Financial services reach every home through and digital payments. You all know digital payments. 40% of the world's digital payments are happening in India. So soon, I hope by 2030, it would be more than 100%. Integration of health data and services under the National Digital Health Mission, telemedicine and promotion of electronic health records are also be maintained. Next, India's scientific prowess gets global recognition. So our scientists, let us all salute to our scientists on this special National Technology Day. With the continuous efforts of the country's scientists, India is scaling new heights in every field. Successful testing of Pokhran 2, which proved India's scientific prowess in the front of the world's. Today we completed 25 years. Unprecedented thrust on technology and service driven innovation, India has jumped from 81 position to 40 uh, today, right? That is a big achievement. India's space sector is getting stronger and stronger by opening up the private sector. ISRO created a world record by launching 104 satellites in one go. India's scientific prowess and commitment to global health demonstrated to the world indigenous manufacturing of COVID vaccine and technology based largest vaccination drive. So these are few milestone recently in last 10 years we might have observed, my dear student. And recently for last 3 4 months, we are all are observing a wonderful resource which gave us information. And I'm talking about Chat GPT. It has its own pros and cons, but please use it for further productive purpose. Students, I request you, think twice that what is your inspiration, what kind of aspiration you have, and believe me, your institute, your teacher, we all together are here to help you out to make your life a big success. So think of yourself. Are you Chandragupta Maurya? Are you Arjuna? Are you Shivaji Ji Maharaj? Who you are, right? And I hope there is no dearth of inspirations. There is no dearth of motivation. People, inspirations, motivators are here. Maybe your mother, your parents, your father, your brother, your sister, your teacher. They may be your inspiration, right? So don't give up. uh, your teachers are there to help you out to learn skills. So beside knowledge, go for skills, convert that skills into attitude and make it a habit. And believe me, you will be learning more and more. And last but not the least, be job provider rather than job seekers. So this is me myself. Thanks. Now, if you have any questions, most welcome. Okay, so thank you very much. Let me come back to you. If you have any question.
Professor,
Yes, madam.
Professor, thank you so much, Professor. Really, you gave a lot of insights related to the technological development and other aspects. Even you touched marketing and etc. And it will be very useful, especially for the last bench students. Really, your program is eye opener for everyone, Professor.
It's my pleasure. I wish because
Thank
soon I will be visiting Chennai, then definitely offline we will meet. And I would like to interact with the student at your.
you. Sure. You are
I
make
will
welcome to
recommend
our
to visit
institution.
Chennai.
Actually, yes, let us know your schedule and accordingly we will plan.